So UFC Fight Night versus Buckley versus Covington just wrapped up. Colby Covington got absolutely battered by Joaquin Buckley. Like I predicted, I didn't want to come off too cocky in my predictions, so I didn't want to say it, but I honestly didn't see any path to victory here for Colby Covington. He's not going to knock out Joaquin Buckley. Buckley's got good takedown defense, good get-ups. This was just a nightmare matchup, and especially to take it on short notice. So, shout out to Colby for taking this fight. He didn't have to, but this was, way worse matchup for him than Ian Gary. That was originally going to be a fight they were going to do was Ian Gary versus Colby Covington. I think he would have had a better chance against Ian Gary. He wouldn't have got beaten up as badly either, but, it is what it is. Buckley can beat Belal Muhammad. I'm just going to say that. He can beat the wrestlers of this division. The strikers, I think the strikers are going to give him a hard time. I'm sure he will offensively wrestle if he ever fights Jack Della Maddalena or Ian Gary. But I think those guys beat him. But that being said, I think he has good stylistic matchup to beat an Usman, to beat Belal Muhammad. I don't think Leon Edwards is a wrestler. He's a striker too, but I think Buckley would probably be able to knock him out or at least put a beating on Leon Edwards. He's not got the greatest chin. He wouldn't be able to take Buckley down. The kicks, that'd be a bit worrying, but still, anyway, regardless of potential future matchups, let's just talk about this fight. First round, Buckley just starts putting it on him. We've seen a little bit of success from Colby Covington. I think it might have been the second round, but he got a really good uppercut. It might have been the second. He landed a good uppercut, and he was landing a lot of jabs on him, but Buckley was laughing it off. Buckley, he's not got the greatest chin himself, but it's not to the point where he's going to get knocked out by Colby Covington. He's only been knocked out once at welterweight, and that was against some Israeli dude, and that was in Bellator, so a very long time ago. But he did get knocked out a lot of times at middleweight, but he seems to weirdly have a better chin when he cuts more weight. I don't know, it's weird. I guess it also could be because he's fighting bigger guys, but Kevin Holland and Chris Curtis are welterweight-sized middleweights, or literally are welterweight, so it's weird, but I don't know. That's just Buckley for you. It's weird to see where his career is and where Kevin Holland's career is, considering how everything was looking. But he looked really good in this fight. Good defensive wrestling. I mentioned it. He's got very good anti-wrestling. Colby just had nothing for him. He couldn't do anything on the ground, and Colby looked like there was points where it looked like he was just gonna give up because he got his face completely smashed. But also when he was shooting takedowns, he would get up so slowly, and it was like he was waiting for it felt like he was doing a Herbert Burns impression. It was something that you'd see Herbert Burns do, where if you ever watch any Herbert Burns fight, he always falls over, he gets tight. He gets tired at the fights, and in his fights he'll get tired. Sorry, a lot of loud noises going on around my house right now. You'd see Herbert Burns, he'd get tired, and then he would sort of just go for takedowns, and when he would fail it, he would just sort of just stay there and, just look defeated. That was sort of Colby in this fight. He would go for takedowns, and then when he couldn't get it, he wouldn't get right back up to his feet, he would just slowly get up. It was really weird. Buckley had moments in the fight where he was just bashing him on top of him. The body shots were big because Colby has always had a very known weakness to the body. It's always been a big part of his game, that his opponent's games, to go to the body, because Usman did it. He hurt him to the body. RDA, that was where a lot of RDA success was due to body shots. We've seen there's been a couple times in his career where he's just been battered by body shots. So it was really smart game plan there for Joaquin Buckley. I think he did a good job. Really good performance. I feel like I'm not as impressed as I should be, because I just knew he was going to do this. It's weird. It should be impressive that he did that to Colby Covington, a former interim welterweight champion, a guy who went toe-to-toe with Kamaru Usman, a guy who beat Jorge Masvidal. But again, Colby had always beaten, not the greatest level of competition. He beat good guys, but they were all past their prime besides RDA. And he was undersized for welterweight. So it's weird when you look at it from that context, but regardless, it's still a good win. Colby still had competitive fights with these guys. Joaquin Buckley did it better than Leon Edwards. That's a fact. He did it better than Leon Edwards. Battered Colby on the feet. stopped every single takedown. I think he got taken down once, but then he immediately got back up like 45 seconds later. So good get-ups. Very, very bad fight IQ though. At one point he went for a triangle. I didn't like that he went for that because Colby literally got on top. But Buckley's just so athletic and strong. It seems like he could just push him off and go back to his feet. So yeah, very impressive by Joaquin Buckley. Good anti-grappling. Obviously Colby wasn't going to be a match for him on the feet. And I think Joaquin Buckley would be like a nightmare matchup for Sean Brady. I think he would beat Bilal Muhammad just based on styles. But then I think he would lose to JDM. I think JDM would knock him out. I know JDM, people talk shit on his takedown defense, but he has good get-ups. He's got strong hips. So I think he would be able to keep it standing, and I think he would eventually be able to chin Joaquin Buckley if they fought. I think Ian Gary would. I don't know. I'm the verdict. I was low key gonna pick Joaquin Buckley to beat Ian Gary, but his takedown defense is good. But I don't know why I could just picture Ian Gary getting chinned, moving backwards, because he has a bit of tall man defense. I could just see him moving backwards and Buckley just landing a bomb on his chin. I think Joaquin Buckley would match up well against Shavkat. I don't think Shavkat's getting him down on the feet. Joaquin Buckley does good against taller guys. We've seen him against Sultan Ruzabayev. Obviously, Shavkat a lot better than Sultan, but we've seen him chin some tall guys before. I guess he also got chinned by Kevin Holland, so there is that. But it's interesting times. Like, he did decent against Nasruddin Amavov in the third round of their fight, who's a 6'3" guy as well. And it seems like he's getting a lot better. He's built for welterweight, because he did look tiny in those middleweight fights, but yeah, generally impressive performance by Joaquin Buckley. As for Colby Covington, I guess you could do him versus Gilbert Burns. They're both past their prime. We'll see who's more past their prime. Get one of them back on a win, or we could just feed them both to prospects. You could do Colby Covington versus Carlos Prates maybe, or you could do Colby Covington versus Wonderboy. I know that's not a prospect, obviously. Wonderboy's older than him, but I'm just thinking of fights they could do. Maybe Colby versus Michael Chiesa. Chiesa's on a bit of a win streak now. That's a fight that Colby could probably still win at this point. I know people are going to say he's extremely washed. He is washed. There's no doubt about that. But it is, you gotta realize with the context here, Joaquin Buckley was always going to be a tough matchup for him. Great takedown defense, good get-ups, athletic, powerful. Colby was never going to have any answer for him on the feet. It was always going to be coming down to if he can get him to the ground or hold him on the ground, which obviously he can't do. Obviously in his prime would probably be a bit more competitive, but Buckley's just a strong dude, big dude. Colby was taller than him, but Buckley's just built, he's a brick shithouse, big muscly guy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Colby does, because Colby doesn't seem like the type of guy who's going to want to be built, used to build up other people's names. So I could see him maybe taking one more fight, a fight he can win and then retiring. But yeah, if he doesn't go take a veteran or something like that, you could do him versus Carlos Prates. You could do him versus Jeff Neal. These are tough matchups. So Jeff Neal especially, that's a nightmare matchup for Colby. Guy with good takedown defense, powerful hands, good boxing. Doesn't have to kick. That's a tough guy for Colby to fight. Jeff Neal always does good against these guys, these wrestlers. He has amazing takedown defense, good get-ups. Maybe you could do Luke Gay. Luke Gay would be an interesting fight, I feel like. Both winnable for both of them. There is a lot of winnable fights for Colby, but at the same time, how washed is he? He hasn't looked good, but he is fighting top 5 guys. Buckley, nightmare matchup. Leon Edwards, he could have won that fight all day. If he showed up how he did against Buckley, he probably could have beat Leon. I'm going to be real. That's just because I don't rate Leon too highly. But, yeah, it'd be interesting to see the landscape of the division. Buckley, top 5 welterweight. I never thought we'd see him in the top 5 of any division after he got chinned by Alessio Jericho, but here we are. He's just been Colby Covington, Wonderboy, No Sultan, Vicente Luque, back to back. So, anything, when you change divisions, things get a little weird. But he has been chinned the welterweight before, so I expect Buckley to probably get knocked out very soon, because he always gets randomly chinned. He's been knocked out 4 or 5 times in his career. I'm just waiting for him to get knocked out again. Probably will have to be against JDM, somebody like that, I feel like. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's next for Buckley. I wouldn't mind him versus Bilal, but obviously Bilal versus Shavkat's gonna be next. But I think he would match up well against both men. I really do. It's weird. Like, Buckley is weirdly good against grapplers, and then the strike is just, they just fucking decimate him. It's weird. But, you know, he did beat Wonderboy. Wonderboy's a striker and a grappler, so maybe he's like, you know, he's up in the ante a little bit here. Maybe we're going to see him be able to beat the strikers a bit more. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. He's got good cardio for a big muscly guy, good takedown defense, good get-ups. Like, he's athletic. He's got a lot of good advantages for this welterweight division, but yeah, I don't know. His chin is going to be something that holds him back. But so far it hasn't. He's looking good defensively. To be fair, he's not fighting those powerful guys. Wonderboy's not powerful. He's good, very good strike, but not like a knockout artist. He has got knockouts, but most of them were with kicks. You know, Colby, definitely not a knockout artist. Never got a knockout in his life. The Sultan, you know, decently powerful, but one of his knockouts was literally an eye poke on Dumas. And I don't even rate the Sultan too highly. And Luque was just washed and didn't show up to fight, but still has power. And you know, he didn't give Buckley much problems. So be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of Joaquin Buckley's performance, who you want to see him fight next, and thanks for watching. I got this pick right. I went really good for my predictions, so I'm pretty happy with that. Got Cub Swanson by KO. I was pretty happy with that because I was starting to think, oh, maybe he's about to lose here. You know, there was moments where it was getting a bit iffy, but he eventually just knocked Billy Q out. You know, Billy Q wanted to be the legend killer fighting Edson Barboza, Cub Swanson. Instead, he just gets killed by legends. You know, he's on the Legends highlights reels. So, yeah, pretty rough for Billy Q, but he has banger fights, so, you know, all respect to Billy Q. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. 11 and 13, good back-to-back cards. I should be the top predictions for the channels, I'd imagine. I was last week, so let's hope it continues. And then I'll be back next year to give you guys, you know, some of the best predictions on YouTube. Guaranteed. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And send me some money too, that'd be alright now. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, share the channel. See you guys next time. Peace out. And yeah, you don't get to see my fucking mess of a face right now. I look horrible at the moment. My hair's a mess. And I decided it's probably best I could just take videos like this when my hair is a mess. Like, obviously, after events, I'll probably do stuff like this because I get nervous for events. I get like a bit anxious sometimes. See, I look like a fucking mess because I don't know. I feel like I'm the one going to fight sometimes. So this will be probably better for me to be able to talk properly and not worry about how I look. So yeah, you'll get more of a coherent video post-fight cards now out of me if I do it this way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Thanks. Goodbye.